got these guys here for lights and siren turn. Do you recognise any of them?
Yeah, well, I think round one last year, I did wake up to a few of them in front of me. So I think as a football club, we want to this week celebrate and thank the support of the emergency services. Obviously, for football, for us, we're very fortunate we were able to play such a great game, and we want to show our support this weekend. So hopefully we can pack out up the stadium.
Had your review? What's the coach had to say before the weekend?
Just generally, just the consistency over our four quarters just wasn't quite there. We knew that they were going to bring the pressure, and just over the four quarters, we probably let ourselves down, in particular the first half, where we sort of just coughed the ball up and we let them through the corridor. In the second half, we were able to work our way back into the game, but over the course of the four quarters, our team defence probably wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Been lapses since the bye in most of the games like that. So what needs to be done to get you back to how you're playing today?
Well, I think firstly it's just reviewing. We reviewed on the weekend and we're looking at Hawthorn this week, but we know where our best football is at and we know where our best team defence is at, and I think in particular before the bye we found a really strong consistency in that, and probably since the bye we haven't quite been where we want to. So it's something we're going to work on at training this week and get back to our best.
You found yourself in the team consistently now. What's sort of been the driving force behind that?
I think it's just the standards that has been set, not just as a backline group, but a footy club as well. And I love playing for this football club, and I've sort of been waiting for an opportunity, and it's just been really nice to sort of get a bit of continuity in my football. I know what's expected of me and the club, and what the standards are set, so I know what's expected of me each week.
Has there been anyone who's sort of taken you under their wing or helped you a little bit more that you give credit to this year?
I think obviously the captain, Alex Pearce, he's done wonders for me in my football over the off-season period. Caught up with him quite a few times, and just in areas where I can improve my football and my game to take it to the next level, and just trying to improve my leadership and grow parts of my game week on week, and I know there's still plenty of development left. I think he's probably the main one that's helped me out.
How much discussion was there about Caleb's obviously getting a lot of attention at the moment? There's been much more about how you can help him out when that's going on?
Yeah, I think it's probably on us mainly as a playing group, the 22, 23 that are out there, that we want to support Caleb. We know he's a premier player of not only our team but the competition. So for the rest of the year, he's most likely going to be competent attention. We presume maybe Hawthorn might do the same this week. So for us, it's not just the midfield, but the back line and forward line as well, where we're really got to protect him, not just as a teammate, but as a player as well. So player of his high calibre, we're going to make sure we're coming out with a bit of a hunter's mindset and we're looking after him.
So when you're playing, were you aware that he was copying that tag, or are you too focused on doing your job to not realise, and you need the message coming out there that we need to look after him?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of both. We're obviously quite delved into our own personal roles, where Clarkey was getting tagged as well, and we probably didn't quite support him as we should have as a backline. But certainly we knew we were aware, but we just, as a team, we didn't collectively look after him enough.
What can you do to help him? Well, he meant Clark.
For Clarkey?
Both, anyone who's getting tagged, like if anyone's having fun sitting on, what can you do?
Well, it's just looking after your teammates. So around the ground, you're making it hard for his opposition player, whether that's bumping him or just around the ground. It's mainly just protecting the teammate. And us, from football terms, it's not going crossing the line or anything like that, but we're protecting Caleb, or whether it's Clarkey or Andy. And just sort of bumping them around the ground, being physical but not crossing the line.
How much of a challenge do you see Hawthorn?
We know they're a very good club and a very good offensive threat as well. They've got some quite good forwards that we'll be paying attention to. We've just sort of reviewed, I guess, the weekend's game. We haven't delved too much into Hawthorn, but they're having quite a strong year, so we'll look to them on Thursday.
Given your, ladder position, how important is this game?
Yeah, we know every game's pretty important. It sounds pretty cliche, but we do take it week by week. We're reviewing the weekend's game, but we can't get too caught up looking ahead because the season goes pretty quickly. So we're really trying to focus on this week, and as I said earlier, trying to bring our Team D contest back to where it needs to be so we can take on Hawthorn this week and try to bring our best football towards the back half of the year.
You mentioned their forward line. Who are you expecting to get the job on?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I think they've got quite some high quality forwards: Ginnivan, Watson, Gunston, and Chol. And so I guess on Thursday I'll probably find out a little bit more. But Not too sure at the moment, but I think collectively as a back half group, we have to do our best to take care of them.
Seems like the Wizard and Ginnivan aren't afraid of a little bit of lip service. Is that something that you look forward to, that sort of contest?
Yeah, I think certainly. I guess that's part of the game. It's a competition and we love competing, especially as a backline group. So, yeah, as I mentioned, whether they send someone to Clarkey or Andy or Caleb, we're not sure yet, but I think it's that element of, letting them know that they're on our home ground, but we're not crossing the line.
Let's talk about the makeup of the competition at the moment. We heard from Simon Garlick about the in-season tournament prospect a month ago. They're talking a different style of it, or what do you think about the in-season tournament?
Well, I actually only read about that last night, to be honest. I didn't really know too much about it, but I guess it would be pretty cool. I don't really know all the details of the ins and outs because I haven't really read on it too much, but I guess it's something that you might look at, the AFL might look at in the future. I'm not overly too sure, though, to be honest.
Do you follow a lot of overseas sport and do you like to wear those sports?
Not too much. I know there's an in-season tournament in the NBA, but to be honest, I'm a bit of a cricket man, so I just mainly follow the cricket, not much of the American sports.